the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
For the first hit. Rutschman into right field. Down the line. A fair ball. Adley will turn first. Head for second. He's going to turn second. Go for third. Rutschman into third base standing. An extra base hit. His first hit in the major leagues. Welcome to the...
These are long pitch innings. I think Blister, that's what you were to make sure.
Here's a high fly ball into right. Back his bat's on the move. On the track. He's got it. What a catch by Mookie Betts.
Now, Clifford looking for a clean inning here in the seventh. Hit well out to right center field. Jones still on the move, running out of room, and he made it!
Here in December. We are bringing this to you on December 12th. Could be listening to this on Monday, Tuesday, or whenever you listen to your Beyond the Ballpark episodes. But in today's episode, we're going to continue our jersey number rankings. We're closing in on the end here with the higher numbers. Today we're doing 61 through 60 or to 80. Those are our numbers. So we'll be bringing those to you today. Still, baseball is not happening, which is extremely sad. But hopefully we get our issue resolved and we'll try and, get baseball back on track. And while we do that, we'll talk about our jersey numbers right now. So 61, Ryan Burr of the Chicago White Sox, I believe. Ryan Burr is actually really good. And, we obviously do research. If we kind of find those guys that are kind of hidden, Ryan Burr is one of those guys. Ryan Burr was really good out of the pen, the White Sox, and the White Sox pen is so good in the American League. It's one of the top in the American League, maybe even in all of baseball. And looking at Ryan Burr's numbers, I think Ryan Burr was a big part of that and the White Sox success.
Yeah, this guy he's overshadowed by the other guys in this bullpen because this is one of the one of the most stacked bullpens in all of baseball, and this is a guy that people kind of overlook, and you think he's a great player, and I think he wins number 61.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Number 62, Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants. I mean, the San Francisco Giants were just simply one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. And Logan Webb's a huge reason he was be able to back up Kevin Gausman. And Logan Webb was just fantastic. You really do have to realize how good Logan Webb was. And at 24 years old, I don't remember if he's a left or right-handed pitcher. But no matter what side he throws from, he is just fantastic. He's a fantastic pitcher as of right now. And at 24 years old, sky's the limit for Logan Webb. Okay, so he's a right-handed pitcher. But Logan Webb is just so incredibly fantastic. He's going to be able to take his game to the next level now that Gausman has gone to the Blue Jays. And he's going to be amazing next year in San Francisco.
Yeah. Logan Webb, if you watch the postseason, he had that great postseason performance. And he's just an incredible young pitcher with tons of talent. He had a really good play in the postseason, and I think he can keep on doing that. He's going to be really helpful for the Giants in the future. So this guy is really good, and people should look out for him.
Yeah, definitely. Number 63, Diego Castillo. Originally the Rays, when went to the Mariners, was able to keep his number luckily, and that is why he makes his way onto this list. Diego Castillo, a great pitcher. I knew he was a good pitcher, but I saw the slash line for the 2021 season. Great slash line. He was definitely a very solid pickup for the Seattle Mariners, and big reason why they were able to make a push for the postseason. And I know they came up short on the last day, but I think Diego Castillo is just going to be a great part of the Mariners team going into 2022, and he's going to be able to lock up some games either in a closer or setup man role. Really like Diego Castillo, and he wins here at 63.
Yeah, if you look at his numbers, he's got a win-loss of five wins and 5 losses. ERA though, I think it's his best was 2.78 ERA. That is great ERA for a reliever. So yeah, he's just a really solid pitcher and a good pickup for the Mariners.
Number 64, we got Tony Santillan of the Cincinnati Reds. Tony Santillan was actually really good in a Reds bullpen that was not very strong last year. His flash line was really good, and as we dove into the numbers and took a look at more players, we did kind of have to scope out our options. Tony Santillan was actually a pretty nice option for us to take here when we were making our list, and best player wearing number 64 in our eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure. This guy is, I think he's kind of underrated. People kind of don't even know. Only many people know who this guy is. But yeah, he's a great guy, great pitcher. 2.91 ERA. Yeah, he's a rookie, and I think he's got a lot of potential. He had a great season 2021. I feel like he's only going to go up from here.
For sure. Number 65, Gregory Soto of the Detroit Tigers was able to make a all-star team for the Tigers, and just really good. He maybe the Comerica Park plays in his favor, but the numbers don't lie, and I think Gregory Soto is a really solid reliever. He was in the back of my mind, and I think Gregory Soto is just really good, and he's going to be very effective for a Tigers team looking to move forward next year with a young core pitching. Gregory Soto is going to be there and be very effective out of the Tigers bullpen.
Yeah, this guy was he was an all-star this season, and this class had a lot of good pitchers in it. Nestor Cortez Jr. He's one of our top options, along with Jose Urquidy. Those guys were also 2 great pitchers that we could have picked, but we went with Gregory Soto, the all-star. Great young pitcher, and like you said, he can be really helpful for that young Detroit starting pitchers.
No. Number 66, Luis Garcia of the St. Louis Cardinals. We again another guy where we looked at the numbers and was just really good, and maybe it was part of the reason why that the Cardinals were able to have a lot of success down the stretch and went on like a 15-game winning streak. I think Luis Garcia was definitely a part of that, and out of the Cardinals pen, and just a really nice pitcher, and was definitely able to help the Cardinals mash in 2021 down the stretch after the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's got 3.24 ERA and a really great season. Like you said, he could have been part of that reason why the Cardinals went on such a hot streak there. So yeah, he's a great reliever, and now he's actually not on the Cardinals anymore. He is on the Padres. I think he was a free agent. We're not sure. We think, but he's still ranked 66 to our knowledge. So yeah, he's a great pitcher, and I think he's a solid bullpen piece.
Number 68, Jordan Romano of the Toronto Blue Jays, who was actually really good out of the, not so strong Blue Jays bullpen. Blue Jays definitely have the holes in the pitching department, whether it's starting pitching or relief pitching. They definitely have the offense there to produce. But in terms of pitching, not that great. Jordan Romano was really able to stand out, and especially after Kirby Yates kind of went downhill quickly with injuries and stuff. Jordan Romano was able to kind of fulfill a big role in the Blue Jays bullpen and help them get to where they did in 2021.
I think you might have missed 67.
Yeah, I did. That's a very good point. So we've already talked about 68. We'll backtrack to 67 real quick. Jose Cisnero, forget what team he's on. Let me take
Detroit.
a quick look. Detroit Tigers. He's going to be kind of like a Gregory Soto, where he's going to be very effective out of the Tigers pen or wherever they use him. I think he's just a very solid pitcher, and he's going to be another very helpful pitcher that the Tigers have on hand to help guide a young team through the 2022 season that is so close to being ready to competing.
Yeah, he had a great season, 3.64 ERA, and he's going to be part of that Detroit pitching staff along with Greg. So, like you said, they got a lot of young pitching. I feel like this team, with getting Javi Baez, but then and having this good bullpen, I feel like they can do some serious damage.
Yeah, definitely. 69, since we already talked about Jordan Romano for 68. Tommy Malone at the Toronto Blue Jays. We only have 3 players to choose from here, so Tommy Malone, I think, was just the best option. Might not even be on a team right now. I don't know, just okay. There's really not much to say here. It's just mainly a veteran that a team could use. Maybe a team that's young and upcoming that's trying to get some guys to lead them through. Tommy Malone's your guy. But at the end of the day, Tommy Malone is not the best pitcher that you could aim for. But out of 3 players, Tommy Malone, the most solid option.
Yeah, this guy has been in the league a long time, 10 years to be exact. He's played on 10 different teams. So he's been in the league a long time. He's not a great pitcher. I feel like his best days, his rookie years to be specific, I think are gone. They're behind him. Right now I think he's a free agent. But he's wearing number 69, and he's the best option. Not many good options here. Pretty weak class, probably one of the weakest classes. And yeah.
Number 70 was won by TJ Antoni of the Cincinnati Reds. This was not the biggest class, but not the smallest either. I think it was just kind of Tasia Antoni had some really good numbers and kind of was able to give some results out of the Reds bullpen. But I'm assuming, as you can kind of tell as we get up the list here with the numbers, not the greatest options, but TJ Antoni is very, very good and is our winner here at 70.
I think he had a great season of 2.14 ERA. He had 2 losses and 0. He had 2 wins and 0 losses. And yeah, he's a great pitcher for the Cincinnati bullpen. He's young. He was a rookie in 2020. So he's a young pitcher. He's really good for the Cincinnati bullpen.
Number 71. This one's actually a really nice one to talk about. Josh Hader of the Milwaukee Brewers, who is absolutely filthy from the left-hand side. You really do need to recognize Josh Hader as a reliever in baseball because he simply is one of the best, if not the best. Josh Hader's sick, and he made the All-MLB team as a closer / reliever, whatever it was. Josh Hader is just so good and so talented, and he's from Maryland too, my home state. So why wouldn't I love Josh Hader? And that dude is just nasty and throws gas from the left-hand side out of the bullpen. Best player wearing number 71.
Yeah, this guy, Josh Hader, he won reliever of the year in the NL. He's one of the best relievers. He's a 3-time All-Star. He's just a really good pitcher, and he's great there in Milwaukee. And he's only 27 too, so he's got plenty of room to grow and become one of the best pitchers in the league. And he's definitely the best reliever, I think, in my eyes. He's just so disgusting, like you said, those gas. And yeah, I think any team would want to have this guy.
Number 72 is actually a Boston player. Garrett Whitlock of the Boston Red Sox was swiped in the Rule 5 draft from last year from the New York Yankees organization. It was actually very solid out of the Red Sox bullpen. He turned 25 earlier in the year. And at 25 years old, he's going to provide some huge help in innings out of the pen for the Boston Red Sox. And Garrett Whitlock is honestly a really good pitcher and definitely a guy fun to watch. Hurts me as an Orioles fan, but Garrett Whitlock's just really good, and there's no way around the facts.
Yeah, I think this guy is like one of our best relievers. He's so good. He had 1.96 ERA. This guy is like one of my favorite Boston Red Sox. He's a rookie. I think we set him as like our best rookie when we did a rookie video. So he's a great pitcher. so young, and yeah, he's got plenty of room to grow and become a great reliever.
Yeah, definitely. Number 73, Yerman Mercedes. He started off the year scalding hot. Kind of ended it cold. Maybe even ended it in the minor leagues. But Yerman Mercedes, the numbers don't lie. His stretch of games are pretty darn good for him, and maybe he has a bigger role poised for the Chicago White Sox in 2022. Who knows? Yerman Mercedes' future is kind of undetermined right now. But the slash line really really good, and that's why we went with him at 73.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't have a great year, only 7 homers and batted .271. But I feel like this class is one of the weaker ones. Your Mercedes kind of stood out in our eyes. So we picked him. He's 28, and that 2021 was only his second season in the MLB. So I feel like he can become better and become a better player. And like you said, he was hot at the beginning of the season, and then he cooled down. If he can stay hot the whole season, I feel like this guy could be really, really good.
Yeah. Number 74, Eloy Jimenez, outfielder, Chicago White Sox. Not a great 2021, but it was kind of injury plagued and stuff, and he was out for a long time. But his stretch of games wasn't terrible, and I think what Eloy has done in the past in 2020 is not you know, something that can't be ignored. So we kind of took this year for him with a grain of salt. Eloy is one of the young stars of the game, and uh, I think as he gets older and stronger and more mature as a player and a person, I think Eloy is going to be a great, great player and a guy to watch out for in Chicago.
Yeah, he's only 25. I feel like he kind of had a down year, but like I said, he's injured. Can't ignore what he did in 2020 and 2019 too. Those years were incredible years for him, and I feel like even though he battled injuries in 21, he will come back in 2022 and become a great player because he's only 25. He's got plenty of room to grow.
Number 75, our pick was Camilo Doval. Actually, really, really good for the Giants last year, and definitely provided some depth for them on their pitching staff. Camilo Doval was pretty awesome, to be honest. And again, he's kind of similar to what we said about Logan Webb. Was a breakout player that helped a breakout team succeed, and with the weak class, Camilo Doval was an easy choice here.
Yeah, he's 24 and he's a rookie, and he's gonna be a rookie in 2022. So I said look out for this guy. He had a great season, 3 ERA. 5 wins, 1 loss. He's a great reliever pitcher for the Giants bullpen. And yeah, he's very similar to Logan Webb, and he's a young pitcher leading this pitching for the Giants.
Number 76, Jesus Sanchez, Miami Marlins, tore it up at AAA, I heard, in the 2021 season, got called up, and didn't play too horribly in the Major League level either. Jesus Sanchez is going to be roaming that outfield, I think, for the Marlins for a very long time. And yes, while you know the big names like Sixto Sanchez, Edward Cabrera, Max Meyer, and other guys that will be on their way, I think kind of Jesus Sanchez can go under the radar and be a very solid player for the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, he was a rookie in 2021. He's 23 years old and a great year. He batted 251 and had 14 homers. That's a solid year for him. And yeah, he's so young, and I think he can do so much more. And he will do that in 2022 for sure. This is a good outfielder for the Marlins.
Number 77, Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros, a different Luis Garcia, but I do think this Luis Garcia is much better. 24 years old, right-handed. He pitched really well in the postseason. I was able to see his stuff on display. Pretty nasty pitcher, and he was definitely able to help the Astros throughout the 2021 season and provide some good innings for them in the starting rotation. And I think Luis Garcia is a really good pitcher. Yes, he does pitch for the cheater team, but I think if you're looking at him himself, Luis Garcia is a very good player.
Yeah, he had a great rookie year. And I feel like he came second for rookie of the year in 2021. Like you said, he was great in the postseason, which I did not like in the Red Sox. So that was not good for me. But yeah, he was a solid pitcher and 3.4 ERA, 11 wins, 8 losses. But I think you can't really count that because win losses aren't a really good thing to judge pitcher. But yeah, great young pitcher, and yeah, he's win 77.
Yeah. Number 78, Jordan Holloway of the Miami Marlins, out of a very weak class. I wouldn't say weak, or maybe it was, but he's not a class with great options, and we didn't have a ton of options to pick from. But Jordan Holloway did have some, solid numbers, and kind of just it is what it is, and we didn't have a ton to pick from, so not too much to say. But Jordan Holloway, just a nice little young arm out of Miami, and um, maybe could be a part of the future in Miami.
Yeah, like you said, not a pretty weak class. This guy Jordan Holloway is decent. He's not great. He has a 4 ERA. But yeah, he's young. He's 20.1 was his second year, so I feel like he's got room to grow. And yeah, good young pitcher. Miami's got a long young pitching and weak class, but I feel like he wins it.
79, we had a great candidate here at 79, Jose Abreu, who's a guy that's really underrated. Every single season, he puts up a consistent year for the Chicago White Sox, whether it's a first base or DH, whatever you want to call him. He's just phenomenal with the baseball bat, and he won the MVP in 2020. So, great player in Jose Abreu, and he is basically leading the White Sox with the offense. And while he does have some solid guys to back him up, Jose Abreu easily wins 79.
Yeah, this guy, he had a great year once again. 30 home runs. He batted .261, which is just so good for him. He, like you said, MVP last year, so you really can't debate that. Everyone else is, if they don't have an MVP, you can't really debate with the guy who does have the MVP, Jose Abreu. He's so good, first base, DH, like you said, 3-time All-Star. He was Rookie of the Year in his rookie year. So this Jose Abreu, no doubt the winner of 79.
And number 80, the last number of today's episode before we get into the last segment of this series next week. Anthony Bender of the Miami Marlins actually had a really nice year. Don't remember if he is left or right-handed.
He is right.
Right-handed. Really good pitcher. Pitching 60 games, 61 in the third innings, 71 71 strikeouts. He's a very good pitcher and a 2.79 ERA. Just a nice pitcher and only 26 years old. Could be turning 27 soon, but Anthony Bender is just really nice pitcher, and I think if the Marlins want to keep him around, he could definitely provide them with some quality innings out of the bullpen. I feel like we did talk a lot about pitchers this episode before I'll let Brendan speak.
Yeah, funny enough for this one, number 80, both of our teams, Boston and Baltimore, both had a player. We did not pick them because they were simply not good. We picked Anthony Bender, who's another young Marlins pitcher who's pretty good. He had 2.79 ERA, which is really good for a rookie. Yeah, he's just a really good player, and he wins 80.
And that's going to complete our list here today for our jersey number rankings. Still no new baseball news aside from the Rule 5 draft. That happened and players were taken from other organizations. But that's pretty much it. We're still in lockdown. We're still being driven insane here in Beyond the Ballpark. At least I am, and I know Brendan is.
I am.
So hopefully they can come to an agreement and we can have baseball happen again soon enough. But yeah, it's going to be all for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed, and with that, we will see you next time.